In a major worry for Indian defense and security, its bankrupt neighbor Pakistan has boosted its defense budget by 15%. Now, this follows a sudden spike in cross-border terror activities targeting not just military but civilians and Hindu pilgrims. An overnight gun battle unfolded in Kathua on the 12th of June in which a CRPF personnel lost his life. Hours later, a joint team of police and paramilitary forces came under heavy fire from terrorists in Doda district's Kota Top area. On the 9th of June, terrorists opened fire at a 53-seater bus carrying pilgrims, killing 9 of them in Riyasi. Entire Jammu and Kashmir has been on high alert as these attacks targeted areas previously free from terror. ADGP Jain has pointed out at a hostile neighbor responsible for damaging the peaceful environment of the country, directly hinting at Pakistan being the sole reason behind the fresh spike in terror and infiltration. Now, this is a fresh attempt by groups based in Global Terror Factory Pakistan to stifle Jammu and Kashmir's growth given the record tourism witnessed just last year. Pakistan military is also set to get a boost. Islamabad on the 12th of June racked up its defense spending by 15%, allocating 2,122 billion rupees in the 2024-25 budget. This was done in an attempt to keep pace with India. New Delhi had increased its own defense budget to 5.94 lakh crore rupees for 2023-24, a hike of 13%. But while India is on its way to becoming the third biggest global economy, Pakistan is in the midst of bankruptcy. Islamabad is guilty of prioritizing military at the cost of humanitarian needs of people, especially in Gilgit-Baltistan or Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, which has seen widespread protests against Islamabad's military rule. Pakistan is suffering from a foreign debt totaling $124.5 billion, equivalent to 42% of its GDP. In fact, Pakistan's debts to China alone amount to nearly $27 billion. Pakistan now aims to procure a fresh loan amounting to nearly $6 billion from the IMF to meet its external liabilities. The country was on the brink of collapse as foreign reserves sunk to $4.3 billion last year, barely enough to pay 3 weeks of imports, and still the budget allocation to defense spending is rising each year. Of course, this does not include key military acquisitions or funding for nuclear and missile programs, which are believed to be financed through obscure channels. The development is even more alarming given the clout of the Pakistan military, which is far stronger than any elected government. So, does Pakistan's growing defense budget pose a threat to Indian security? According to the Global Firepower Index, India has the 4th largest defense structure in the world, but let's take a look at some numbers. India has 1.4 million active military personnel, the world's 2nd largest military force compared to Pakistan's 660,000. Regarding the display of air power, India has 2,296 aircraft, out of which 650 are fighter jets in 31 squadrons. Pakistan, on the other hand, has 1,431 aircraft with 387 fighter jets. Most of these are F-16s and older fighters from France and US, along with JF-17 in collaboration with China. In terms of army firepower, India again holds the edge. With a formidable strength of 4,614 tanks, India ranks 6th globally. While Pakistan has 3,742 tanks, Pakistan does have more self-propelled artillery systems than India, though quality has always proven to be better than quantity in previous battles between these two neighbors. Remember in 1999 during the Kargil conflict, the Bofors guns and accurate gunmanship turned the tide in India's favor and played a vital role in capturing the icy heights. India's arch rival has a fleet of 114 naval ships. Indian Navy, on the other hand, is much stronger with a fleet of 294 vessels to protect its economic and security interests in the Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal and the entire Indian Ocean region. India also has 2 aircraft carriers, INS Vikramaditya and INS Vikrant, while the third has been given the government nod, while Pakistan has none. Pakistan's military today is surviving solely due to China. The Stockholm International Peace Research Institute's report highlighted ever-increasing military dependence of Pakistan on China, raising the possibility of a two-front war if and when PLA demands it. China contributed to a whopping 82% of Pakistan's arms imports between 2019 and 2023. This included fighter jets, warships, missile technology, drones, etc. China considers the collaboration as a counter to the influence and power of the Quad, which includes India. However, China's international defense exports have shrunk by nearly a quarter in just the last decade, with most being directed to Pakistan now. The Chinese weaponry is reportedly infamous for being poor quality and inconsistent, it also remains untested on the battlefield. The directors reported that Pakistan itself complained of technical issues with Chinese Navy warships, including engine degradation, faulty sensors, and the missile system's inability to lock onto targets. India's superior defense capabilities, clubbed with non-tolerance policy adopted by Modi 3.0, puts India above Pakistan and on par with its all-weather ally China. But given the recent terror attacks in Jammu and Kashmir and Pakistan's increasing military budget, how should India respond? Should New Delhi boost its own defense budget to procure the best and latest military tech and hardware for its forces? Leave a comment, hit the like button, and remember to subscribe to Inconnect News.